everlasting rock. Seek the way, pilgrims trod, Christians away. My Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet their doom. Trumpets will sound, and all.
Thanks for joining us. And Mother, if you've got some teenagers in your house, run them young'uns into the living room right now and turn the television on for them, because we have a special show today. We have special people here, and it's what our ministry is all about. We have 3 young ladies, beautiful young ladies, that volunteer in our ministry, and all of them are from the Donelson Church of Christ. And I'm going to try to get these names. I've got them written down, so y'all know how my memory is. But we've got Paige Randolph, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And it's your first time being on our show, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And you're scared to death, aren't you?
Not really.
Really?
I'm
Good. Can you talk?
Yes.
Okay, we'll do a lot of talking. Sitting in the center here is Jennifer Rochelle, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Now, you're the one that does all the talking. They tell me you talk all the time.
Yes.
So you and I are going to have a lot to talk about today.
Of course.
And then we got Ms. Gaines over here, Montana Gaines.
Yes, sir.
Say that a little louder. They don't know that you said yes and no. You are Montana Gaines, right?
Yes, sir.
Do you have any brothers and sisters named Nashville or Tupelo or anything like that? Just,
No, sir.
How many brothers and sisters you got?
I have 3. 2
3.
brothers and
Older or
1 sister.
younger?
They're all older.
Yeah, so you're spoiled.
I am. I'm the baby.
And you milk out for everything you can get out of it at home.
That's
you know.
right.
Christmas
That's
time's
right.
big time. Yes, that's great. How big a family you come from?
I have 1 brother. He's
Older or younger?
Older.
Does he treat you right? You can get even with him right now.
I mean, I can beat him up too, so it's okay.
Okay, okay. And what about your family?
I have 1 brother.
You have 1 brother.
He's older.
He's older. Does he treat you right?
Decent enough.
He's pretty good. Your parents care about you?
Yes, very much so.
That's special, isn't it?
Yes.
I tell you what, you know one mistake y'all gonna make in life? In your early years, now listen to this. I'm an old man, I've raised a lot of kids, but this is good advice for you. And then we'll talk about the ministry and all this stuff. You underestimate the importance of having a good family, because a lot of the children we work with real struggles because they don't come from a good family. If you have a good family, and all you out there that's watching, and you got a good family, you need to go, kids, tell your mom and daddy how much you love them. If you're living with a single parent, go tell that parent how much you love them, and you do that every day. It's not like a bank note, you pay it once a month. You go every day and tell your parents you love them. That's what kids are supposed to do. And y'all do that. Don't forget to tell your parents how much you love them. And it's not just around Christmas time. You do it in July and in June. Okay, that's good enough. Y'all are involved in our ministry.
Yes.
You're one of the volunteers. Now, all you young men out there, see how pretty our volunteers are? Tell you what, boys, you need to get involved in this ministry down here. Your life is going nowhere where it's at. You need to get involved. I'm sorry, girls. I just had to run a commercial. I'm trying to always recruit volunteers. How have you enjoyed being a part of our ministry?
Loved it.
You really love it? Did you love it? You didn't say anything.
I really love it.
Do
It's such a great thing to do.
What would you recommend other people? Say something. Let me ask you this question. Now, I'm going to jump all over the place, okay? And you're not going to do any right and wrong answers. This is not school. It's not a test. Where do you go to school?
Good pasture.
Good pasture. You always gone to good pasture?
Yes, sir.
Likewise?
Yes, sir.
So you've known each other all your life, since kindergarten?
Sadly.
See, when I grew up, we didn't have kindergarten. I was smarter than y'all was. I didn't have to go to kindergarten. So y'all started off in kindergarten, did well, yeah. You like good pasture? Mm-hmm. Anybody play sports?
I do.
We all.
You do? What do you play?
Volleyball and basketball.
Basketball and volleyball. Are you good at it?
Yes, sir.
You think so?
I'm pretty sure about that.
Okay. What are you playing anything?
Volleyball and tennis.
In tennis?
Yeah.
I don't see how anybody hits that ball.
I don't.
I understand. And you?
Just tennis.
You ought to be playing football, being the Gaines.
Oh, I could probably do it.
You probably could. You like tennis?
Mm-hmm.
Man, if I played tennis, see, I wouldn't be as fat as I am. It takes a lot of energy to play tennis. What's your favorite candy?
Butterfingers.
Butterfingers.
Mm-hmm.
I love them all equally.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm with her.
You with her, okay. What's special about the ministry?
Just seeing the kids and how much they love it when you can call them by their name, and when they see you, just how much they smile. It just brings joy to your life.
So you give more than you receive from it?
Yes.
In what community y'all work in? Napier community. You work at Donelson.
Yes.
You work at Donelson Church of Christ. Y'all attend the Donelson Church of Christ.
Yes.
Y'all got a minister out there named Russ King.
Yes.
He's good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, y'all are good. You are at a good church, a very good church. And Donelson's been involved in this ministry for, 100 years. Let me tell you something, y'all didn't know this. This ministry, as you see it today, was started by 16 young'uns just like you. Did you know that?
I did not.
Teenagers started it. We started out, I was youth minister, and I was a good youth minister. And I started out to do something with teenagers to get them involved where they could serve, because I wanted them to have a life of giving and a life of helping and a life of sharing, and let them know that life wasn't just about them, it's about other people. So I started a bus ministry. And that's what's grown into what is now known as Nashville Inner City Ministry. And it's really been a blessing, but it was starting with 16 teenagers. I've often thought if those teenagers hadn't had the faith, hadn't had the heart, hadn't had the passion, where would Nashville be today? Because this ministry, what you do, makes a big impact on our city. And what is your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer, I've got it written down here, yeah. Jennifer, why are you involved in it?
Well, it started with, well, my brother has always gone to it.
Is that right?
Yes,
He's a good young man.
he is.
How's his girlfriend doing?
He doesn't have one.
Oh, okay, there. Girls, come on down. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jennifer.
But, and then our home church went to it, and ever since I visited, I never stopped because I fell in love with it.
What grabbed you?
Probably just seeing how much it impacted the little kids,
What age group you work with?
3 to 6 year olds.
All of you 3 to 6-year-olds?
Yes, sir.
Do y'all ride the bus?
Yes.
Gaines, do you ride the bus, Gaines?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean to you, riding the bus? Now, what we're talking about, folks, if you're not in the inner city, everybody in the inner city knows what the church bus is, but we go out into every major housing project in Nashville, Tennessee, each week, and we pick up boys and girls that do not have, a lot of them do not have the opportunity to go to Bible school. And so we pick the children up and we bring them to 20 different locations, just like the Donelson Church here. And people just like this work with the children, and we teach them about God. And we teach them that God doesn't make junk, that they are special. Times sometimes may be hard, but love prevails. Love will always win. And so that's what our ministry is about. It's about serving families and loving each other. And so what draws you to it, Ms. Gaines? What's your first name? Montana. That's right. I'll remember that, but I'm slow, but I'll be all right. What draws you to it?
Well, one thing that I love about it is on the bus when we're singing songs on the way to church or back from, how the kids just get so excited and get into it and they just love it.
What's a favorite song they want to sing?
They really like all of them.
Do they?
I don't know one that's just,
Do you lead in the singing, or you just participate?
all three of us lead
Do
the
you?
song.
That's important. Now, I'll tell you what, it used to be when we had gasoline engines, it was much easier because we could have a real teaching program. With these old diesels, they make so much noise. Singing's about all you can do on that thing. How many do you have on your bus usually?
It varies
Varies, yeah.
every night.
So y'all run about 20 to 30 sometimes, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know Denny Follis, don't you?
Yes.
He's a good man, isn't he? Yeah. I taught him everything he knows. Why would you think other teens need to get involved in what you're doing?
Because I think it's honestly a toss-up on how much we teach them versus how much they teach us. Because I've learned so many life lessons just from watching these kids. Like, they come from such a unbelievably tough background, but they put a smile on their face every Monday night, and they come, and just the fact that they just like love singing on the bus and just love chanting those songs, and they love like watching those Bible videos and everything. It's just honestly life-changing that if they still see so much good in the world with all they've been through, like, we have no like excuse to not be able to see the world through their eyes.
That's so important. I know the children that ride your buses oftentimes have seen things that children should not have to see. They've seen crime. Well, we did a survey among our teenagers at your group, your age group, and it's something like 80% of them had seen a major crime. All of them about it seen drug deals go bad, and stuff like that. So the environment can be a bad environment, but when y'all come in, you change that environment. You pick up the children and put them on the bus, and it becomes a welcome center to love. Love works, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any one child or anyone? I don't want to use any child's first and last name because I don't want to pinpoint a child, because things happen to our children sometimes, and they may be doing real good this week, but next week, because things go bad at home or something, they go through some tough decisions. So I don't want to pinpoint anything, but Is there a child that just really stands out, Jennifer, in your mind?
Well, there's a young man named Jeremiah, but we call him Smiley because I think he has a very tough background. But every single time he sees our bus coming, he has the biggest smile on his face. And so we gave him the nickname Smiley because he cannot help but smile. And he really sticks out in my heart because, I mean, he gets made fun of on the bus and everything, but he continues to keep that huge smile. And that just, whenever I'm going through a rough time, I'm just like, oh, just think about Smiley. And he just brings a smile to my face. So
When you say he gets made fun of on the bus, what happened? What do they do to him? Is it bullying or
yeah, he just gets bullied. Just
because he is so friendly?
Yeah. Just,
yeah. He stands out
boys being boys, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a bunch of 6-year-olds on the bus. They're going to tease each other and stuff, so.
Yeah, boys are going to be boys, that's right. Okay, Paige, which one's Paige? You're Paige. I'm trying to get over here to Gaines, that's where I'm trying to get to. What's your first name, Gaines? Montana.
Montana.
Well, I won't figure it. I'll get it figured out next week about this time. Montana, what has anybody stood out in your mind? Other than Smiley?
There's 2 little kids named Dre and Kiki. Mom and I have become really close to them. They're not old enough to go on our bus anymore, but we kept them as long as we could. We even kept them a little
You can still
over
keep them.
age.
You can still keep them.
Well, they're
We make
way
rules.
older.
Yeah, I make the rules.
I'd be
You
okay
still,
with it.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
okay with it.
Here's what I'm gonna let me address that. That's important. If you started building a relationship with children, don't let anything. Kid can't help the year they're born, and so if Russ needs to establish another class at Donelson for an older age group, tell him to establish another class. You got 1,000 people out there, man. Somebody can teach that class, and I would strongly, and I've been doing this a long time, I strongly recommend you keep them. Keep them. Keep bringing them and keep bringing them and keep bringing them. When you get in high school, you're still bringing them. Don't pass off relationships. Hold on to those relationships and bring them and stay with them because that's what's going to change your life. Go ahead.
Well, me and my mom, we got really close to them, but they moved, so
Oh, that
they're
would
not in
change
the
it.
same
Yeah.
area again. But we'll still go to their house and like be with them.
That's great. And stay with them from now on out. My wife and I did that. We raised 15 of them, moved in with us, got custody of them. And it has just been such a blessing because we give them some joy. And they'll all tell you, I am one good daddy. You know, I am really, really good. You couldn't find one of them say that. But ministry, what you're talking about, love makes a difference, doesn't it?
It really does.
A lot of children need love, doesn't it? Every kid in Good Pasture, I shouldn't say kid, I try not to say kid. I work hard at saying kid. I hate to hear the word kid, you know, but I say it all the time, but I'm kind of slow. We won't tell everybody that. I want every child at Good Pasture needs to be involved in this because it can bring a lot of balance to their life. It's about giving. It's not about taking. It's about sharing. It's not about keeping everything for yourself. And I think that's so important. Talk to the kids out there about, are you afraid? You're going into a high crime community. You're going into the inner city, which is a stigma that's supposed to be everybody's scared of. The safest place in Nashville, probably. Where, are you afraid when you're on the bus?
Never.
Never been afraid?
No.
Do the parents treat you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Bus workers treat you okay?
Yeah.
Do my staff treat you okay?
Oh, yeah.
We want to ask you if I treat you okay. Well, what else? What's some of the favorite lessons that you have seen the children really latch on to?
They love the 7 days of creation. They love that.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I guess even for me, like, I'm going to be a junior in high school, and it's still mind-blowing, like, everything that I see, like, God created. It's just, you can't wrap your mind around it. And I think that really amazes them, and they freak out over that. So that's pretty cool to see them.
It's a lot of power.
It
And
is.
see, if you weren't there, they may not hear that. They may buy into some of this stuff, and it just happened. But God is God. I think that's one of the greatest things you're doing. You are introducing to the children, there is a God. And you know what's going to happen? There's going to be nights that you run the bus, and it's going to be a full moon night. I don't know why this is. Makes no sense to me, but on full moon night, it's a rough night because everybody's animated and they're in the nights when you have the most difficult night. They don't follow instructions well. They talk back to you. or maybe there's been a crime in the community that scared some of them. Some of the family have been involved in it with the police, and they're upset and they're nervous. Those nights that is the worst night, we have found out over the years, those are the nights that you do your best work. That's when you make the largest impact on them. And the reason is through, and they get this one, you can tell them this is a good pastor. They'll think you're crazy, but you tell them this is a good pastor. It's through conflict that we teach our most effective lessons. Being that the children are not listening to what you say. It's like when I preach, people don't listen to what I say. They listen, watch how you act. When they are having a bad moment and are unlovable, you love them anyway, and think what that says to them. That I am special, because they are seeing you act out the Christian role. That gives them an example, so when they get your age, they will act like you act. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
It ought to. I worked hard on getting that straight, and that's going to be good. What would you like to see us do more for the children? Somebody?
I just never want to see it fade. Like, I always want it to be this strong. Like, whenever we all go off to college and, like, probably go across the country, all three of us go different ways. Like, I still want to be able to come back and, like, see it as strong as ever. Like, I never want to see it go away, because this is an incredible ministry.
You're not the only people at Donelson's involved in this ministry. There's a whole lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You need to recruit, though. What you just said is so important, and we don't do this a lot in religion or whatever that term means. We don't build teams, and what you want to do is build teams. You want to invite students from Good Pasture to come and ride the bus and get to know young kids like what you and your mother, the little children that you and the mother are still following. You want to follow them, hun, until they get 20 years old, 21-year-old. They'll be your friends. They'll be your, are they boys and girls?
One's a boy and one's a girl.
So they'll be your sisters and brothers. And they will refer to you as my big sister, or my Christian sister, or my church sister. I've got kids that call me church daddy. And because they have a daddy, but I'm the one who, daddy didn't take them to church, so I bring them to church, so they call me church daddy. And those kind of titles define the relationship you have with them, which turns out to be just really, really great. Now, is there something that you want to talk about that I haven't asked you about, that I will make sure that your message gets out? So if we're not going to have about 10 minutes to go. And so, are you doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Have I scared you to death yet?
No.
Well, we're proud you're here. Is there anything defining that, I got 10 minutes to go. Is there anything that reminds you of, or is there anything in your mind that you wish other children, I've sort of spoken to this earlier, but is there any one thing that you think that would help the children that goes to church all over this town to get involved in this? How do you see it from your world? I know my answers, but how do you see it from your world, out of your heart, through your eyes? Why should they really aggressively get involved? And we talked about it some, but why should they? Let's try to really convince them to be more like what you are. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah. I think because it's such a humbling experience. Like, whenever you, like, if you even go once, like, your life is going to be changed. Just, like, you are so impacted by these little kids. Like, it's honestly unbelievable how much they can impact you, even in just one night. But just going and seeing them just have a huge smile on their face, like, it really is humbling. And so I think that's why it doesn't matter how good you are, how much money you have, like, you can always, like, help those who need help. And these kids, like, they don't get the love that we get. Not all of them get, like, the opportunities that we get. And so by us going on Mondays nights, like, we get to give them that love. And I think that's the most incredible thing, is the fact that, like, we're showing these kids love, and that, like, we are helping them get to heaven. Like, it just gives me chills just thinking about that.
Did she speak for you, Montana? I got your name. That's the reason I said that, because I was trying to get your name one time right while I was on the show here. How does it affect you? Same
way. It just really blesses your life. That's all I can, like.
I remember back years ago when we were starting, and I was working as a mechanic, and I'd come home and I'd be so tired, and I'd think, man, I'm just not going tonight. I just can't do this. And I'd climb out of the tub, and I was giving y'all more information you need to know. I'd get dressed and go down to the lot and get the buses and go out. And man, when I came back in, I was just really renewed, because love does flow. And children, you see the joy in their life. It makes a great difference in their lives. What can they come? Can volunteers come and work with y'all at Donelson? Just get in, look you up on the website, Donelson Church of Christ, or they can contact us at Nashville Inner City Ministry. You can pull up our website, check the box that says you'd like to volunteer. But we need more people. We need more teenagers. You know why teenagers are so good at this? Old people can't stand the noise. And some of our children, a little bit, every now and then, get a little rebellious. And they get a little stubborn. And old people don't have the patience. But teenagers has the patience. And teenagers can stand the noise. And teenagers can stand the excitement. And you've got the energy. You don't have to fight arthritis, you know, and all this stuff. You have got the energy. And so that's why I want to see more teenagers involved in it, because you can teach, you're being on it, just you're very touching your life is special when they see that you're involved like that. Some of those kids are going to grow up and be running those buses just like you are, because, you know, we know now half the buses we run are run by people from the inner city community, not by churches coming in like your church comes in. But half the buses, over half the buses we run right now are run from teenagers from the inner city. And that says a lot about what we do. Y'all ever been to worship with us at the Inner City Church?
We have not.
Y'all need to do that.
I know.
It'll be a fun experience for you. And you get it some Sunday when you don't have to listen to Russ preach, and that'd be, do you have a favorite Bible story that you enjoy? Oh, you did. We covered that, didn't we? We asked you about the creation story. Let's talk about this, the creation story. There is a God, and He's powerful. Can you think about the impact that's having on children to just learn that there is a God when they are surrounded by people telling them that there's not a God? But when you tell them those stories and you build that faith, that's life-changing. That's eternal. 500 years from now, that'll still be on their heart and in their soul, and that's so important. What's your future plans now? You going to stay with the ministry till you go off to college, you think?
And if I find one in college, I'm going to join that.
Where are you going to college? Do you have any idea?
That's
No
far.
idea. No idea.
I told you all this before you came on there. I don't think I told you on there, but in case I did, it won't hurt to repeat it. And if anybody's watching, if you do volunteer work, you need to keep a log. So when you apply to a school and you're applying to get grants and things to go to school, if you will present the time that you served as volunteer, and y'all serving a lot of volunteer time. I mean, this is every week, and it's 3 to 4 hours a week that you're serving as volunteer. If you'll put that in your request to go to the school, in your profile, it'll help you get into school, because they see you as a well-rounded person that you are, and that will help you get access into the school that you want to go to. What are you looking for in the school?
I want to be a psychiatrist.
I'd want to be a teacher.
Can you say, how does that make you feel? Every one of them I've dealt with, that's all they ask me every time I say, how does that make you feel? You gonna be a teacher?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive about that.
What age are you? Y'all teach in inner city school?
My age group would be like either 2nd grade or 4th grade.
Nah, that's precious. You know what people, I saw some survey they ran on people that were successful, and they traced back, and one thing they had in common, they had a good 1st grade teacher. They liked their 1st grade teacher. I was thrown out, but most kids like their 1st grade teacher. What do you want to be, Gaines?
Well, I mean, I'm not real positive, but I know
You don't have to be. You got your whole life in front of you.
I want to work with animals or little
Animals?
kids. Or little kids.
Or little kittens.
More kids.
Kids. Oh, I thought you said
Basically
little
the
kittens.
same
I said,
thing.
boy, you're really specifying here.
Same thing.
I'm going to start a kitten clinic. Okay. You want to work with children. So you would consider teaching.
Maybe.
I don't think she's sold on being a teacher. You're gonna
I
work
don't
on
think
her.
she is either.
She sounds like somebody's going to be in the ministry forever here, isn't it?
Yeah.
Riding that bus, singing those songs, teaching those children, chasing young ones. That's what she's going to be about. We got about 3 minutes to go. Is there anything that you want to say? I'm going to put you on the spot here, and you don't have to do this, but is there anything you want to say to the people of Nashville about getting involved? And you want to start on this side and go down? You want to do that, or you don't want to do that?
That's fine.
Shoot, take
My
off.
thing is, get involved. It brings so much joy to your life through everything you do. Even when you can't, like there's times I can't come because of extracurricular activities, but it makes me so sad when I can't go because I don't get to see their smiling faces, and I don't get to be with the little kids and teach them about God and see how happy it makes them. And when I do get to go, it's just so relieving, and it just, when you go, you may be tired, but when you come back, it's like you're renewed and you're good to go again, and you just want to keep going because the connection you make with the little kids is amazing.
Jennifer?
I would just say that it doesn't matter like what part of town you're from. You can be the richest in the town or the poorest in the town. It doesn't matter where you're from, but this is like a once in a lifetime thing, and like it's such a humbling experience that I think everyone should at least try it once. So
I would say get involved because it truly does impact your life. Like at school on Monday, we'll always talk about how we're looking forward to Inner City that night and how we're so excited. Just
Thank you, Montana. I couldn't get Montana on the front end, so that's really pointed at you. That's good, and I think that's real. And I think it's good that you're working together as a team, and I appreciate the leadership at Donelson allowing you to be involved, because I learned a long time ago that children that have been prepared to live in the world are much more successful than the children that have been protected. I commend your parents, because all too often I see parents that protect their children and don't prepare them, and when they leave home and go off to college, then all of a sudden they don't know how to respect their boundaries. You are learning life, and you're learning the importance of boundaries. You're learning the importance of going when you don't feel like going, and you'll be rewarded for going. You're learning those life lessons, and that makes you very, very special. I want you to go to your church leaders. I want you to go to your parents, and I want you to tell them how much you love them, how much you appreciate them. And I want you to go to church leaders and tell them just how good I am and what a good job I'm doing and how they need to support this ministry more and more. Would y'all come back?
oh yes.
oh yeah.
Would you come back just one at a time?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think you can go for 30 minutes and talk just one at a time?
Okay.
Yeah.
Montana, can you do that?
Probably.
I had to say that just one more time. I had to get that down. I appreciate y'all being here. Folks, this is what's making a difference in our city, and the girl said it over and over today, and that is the ability of love. Parents, you need love in your home, you need joy in your home, and you need peace in your home. And we appreciate you so much tuning in, and let your children be like these kids. They're making a difference.
Times I hear feeling in touch with fear. Freedom we all hold dear now is at stake. Humble your heart to God, save from the chastening wrong. Seek the way pilgrims trod, Christians away. My Jesus is coming soon, morning or night or noon. Many will meet their doom. Trumpets will sound, and all of the dead shall rise. Righteous me in the skies. I'm going where no one dies, heavenward bound. What troubles will soon be, or happy forevermore. When we meet on that shore, free from all care. Rising up in the skies, telling this.